English spelling is a mess. It contains words taken from many different languages. It has words with the same series of letters and different pronunciations, for instance, great, tear, tear, meat. And different series of letters sometimes have the same pronunciation, for instance, peer, near, tear, where, care, air, train, pain, steak. Some words are even pronounced differently depending on what you mean. Wound, wound, wind, wind. The most infamous group of words in English in terms of spelling are the words that contain OUGH. Though, thought, through, bow, cough, hiccup. And if you include OU, you can also add wood and tough. How did it get so bad? Well, the short answer is that English likes borrowing words from other languages. Some estimates say that as high as 60% of words in English are of non-Germanic origin. The long story is, of course, a bit more complicated. English was first written with runes. These runes were called Futhark, named after the first few letters of that system. The Latin alphabet was first introduced by Christian missionaries. They came up with a way to write English using Latin characters. This period of English is known as Old English. Old English was written mostly phonetically with variations here and there. Spelling was never standardized though. Only with the invention of the printing press did writing slowly start to standardize, but even in Shakespeare's times, spelling was still pretty variable. This is shown in the fact that Shakespeare himself wrote his own name many different ways, and the spellings we use today are just those that won out over the others. Non-standard spelling is only one of the problems, however. Another is an odd little thing done by writers and scholars during a certain phase in English's evolution. Debt used to be spelled by some as D-E-T-T-E, doubt as D-O-U-T-E, island as I-L-A-N-D. Writers added in letters to make English look a little more like Latin, where det is debtum and island is insula. So B was added to doubt and S was added to island. Another reason, don't worry, there are plenty more, that English spelling is so weird is, as was mentioned before, that English has taken words from lots of different languages. Castle, jury, judge, and people come from French. Gauze, gazelle, and algebra come from Arabic. Accident from Latin. Pizza, gondola, and balcony from Italian. And zeitgeist comes from German. And there are many, many other examples. Languages borrowing from other languages is a common thing, but English also borrowed the spelling too, which means we have spelling conventions from tons of different languages lurking all around. But one of the main reasons that English spelling is so confusing is because of the Great Vowel Shift. This was a dramatic change in how vowels were pronounced. Before, name was pronounced name. This shift also merged some pronunciation that used to be distinct. Meat and meat used to be pronounced differently. English spelling is undoubtedly a mess. But what do we do about it? Well, let's step back a bit. What is the purpose of a spelling system? You might think this is obvious, but let us go over it anyway. Its purpose is to provide a way to use letters to denote which word is meant. A spelling system tells you that when you write meat, you mean edible food from an animal and not to meet someone. Spelling systems also allow you to get around the accent problem. English is spoken by a wide range of people, and there are many accents of English. All of us pronounce things differently, yet we all use the same writing system. So the writing system in English does succeed in providing a way to write down the language. But it is hard to learn. But what do we do about this? Well, you might be thinking, why don't we write it phonetically? The problem with that is accents. Which accent do we pick as a standard? This is impossible to answer. Pick any one accent and the others will be left out. So what is the alternative? Well, here's my suggestion. Let us reduce the complexity of the spelling system by writing each two-letter sequence in English that represents a vowel sound like OU or EA as one character. We can mark each vowel with an acute accent or diaeresis to denote which vowel it is. We can leave consonants mostly alone. The biggest problem with English spelling is all the different spellings of vowels. Leave the spelling of the short vowels alone. So we have bat, bet, bit, bot, but. A in say can be written like this. E in B and C can be like this. O in no, and snow can be written like this. I in eye, high, night, and kite can be written like this. The sound in new, few, pew can be written like this. The DG sound in smudge or nudge can be replaced with a J. The LE sound in sample and example can be replaced with IL. The sh sound in ship and shake can be replaced with this. The C sound can be replaced with K, and the ch sound can be replaced with this. The owl sound in now, cow, and how can be written like this. The oi sound in boy, destroy, koi, and toy can be written like this. The u sound in to, shoe, and gu can be written like this. The ua sound in poor, sure, and lure can be written like this. The u sound in could, should, would can be written like this. The ear sound in tear, weir, sheer, year, and near can be written like this. The air sound in bear, dare, and where can be written like this. The ng sound in sing can be written like this. The th sound in thatch can be written like this. And the sound in this can be written like this. Here's the Wikipedia article about English written with my system. English is a West Germanic language that was first spoken in early medieval England and is now a global lingua franca. It is spoken as the first language by the majority populations of several sovereign states, including the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, New Zealand, and a number of Caribbean nations. And it is an official language of almost 60 sovereign states. It is the third most common native language in the world, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. It is widely learned as a second language and is an official language of the European Union, many Commonwealth countries, and the United Nations, as well as in many world organizations. Thank you for listening to my talk about English spelling. Please subscribe for more language videos, leave a comment, and check out the links in the description for more information.